that Inoue versus Bam. He wants that Inoue versus Bam. Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'll be honest. I haven't really like thought too deeply about it because I don't think too deeply about fights that aren't realistic. I don't think Bam and Inoue are gonna fight. I don't. And really, like, it's a great fight, pound for pound. If we're talking about pound for pound, it's a great fight. But like, I want to see Inoue try to go. I don't care who it's against. I mean, I would like it to be against Angelo selfishly, but if it's against Shushu, against Espinoza, but if it's against Ball, that's cool. I just want to see Inoue try to become a 5 division champion because so he can try to put his names up there with them all-time great fighters, right? But I'll give you what you want. You want that Bam Inoue? I'll give you that Bam Inoue, right? So you got Bam versus Inoue. Now look, let me see. Let me pull up Bam's box record real quickly because Bam Rodriguez is one of the best fighters in the game today. We're talking about someone that's a hybrid of a Lomachenko and like a Carlos Gonzalez style-wise. Like that's Bam Rodriguez. That's what he's bringing to the table, right? So hold on, let me pull up his box record. Let me pull up Inoue's box record. I want the measurables. I want all that stuff in front of me. I want all that good stuff in front of me so you guys can get the best, most detailed breakdown you can. Because whether I like it or not, like, I'm a man of the people. A lot of people, they want to see this fight. They feel like, you know what? Inoue is a great fighter, but Bam is just greater. Bam will go up 2 weight classes and just put the beats on Inoue, right? So for you guys, I'll give you the breakdown you want, right? So you got the monster. Hold on. You got the monster, right? You got the monster. What is he? He's clocking at a 5. He's a 5. So he listed, right? Remember, this is listed height, listed reach. He's at 5'5", 67.5-inch reach, right? You got Bam, who's 5'4", 67-inch reach. So he's only about a half-inch reach disadvantage of Bam. Now, what I want to explain to you guys about Bam is this. Because a lot of people that don't understand this, they may think I'm like talking out of my ass when I say this. I've said this many times, but I'm going to show you guys here in a second. Bam is a short fighter, but he's not small. Let me repeat myself. Bam Rodriguez is a short fighter, but Bam Rodriguez ain't small. Meaning that, yeah, he's not tall in terms of height, but he's wide. He has a wide frame. And anybody who's ever seen Bam Rodriguez in between fights knows what I'm talking about. He's a guy that I remember in 2022, I had the honor to see Bam when I was at the Romo Gonzalez Julio Cesar Martinez fight in San Diego, and he didn't have a fight signed at that time, and Bam Rodriguez was walking around. He looked like he was probably pushing about 135, 140. He was big. He was real big. So yeah, Bam has won titles in lower weight classes, but he's a guy that I think is going to be a pretty solid bantamweight. And I think against a guy like Inoue, who's a naturally smaller guy himself, he's not going to be at a crazy disadvantage, right? I just showed you guys. Look, he's only at a 1 inch. He's only at a 1 inch height disadvantage and half an inch reach disadvantage. And on top of that, if we're talking about in terms of rehydrating on fight night, he might actually be the heavier guy than Inoue, because a lot of you guys may not know this about Bam Rodriguez. All right, did you guys know? Did you guys know that Jesse Bam Rodriguez has fought a fight in his career at featherweight? Yes, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, the guy that's won world titles at, flyweight, super flyweight, all these wonderful weight classes. He had a fight at featherweight. Now I'm gonna show you guys. It was only one fight. Maybe it was an experiment, but he's fought there, right? And it was against a low-level guy. But right here, his 4th pro fight against Jorge Mosquera out there in Mexico. He fought at featherweight. He weighed in at 126 3/4. So he was damn near 127 pounds that fight. So he's been up there before. And if you've seen Bam, anybody who's seen Bam in between his fights when he doesn't have a fight signed, you know that he's not tall, yes, but he ain't small. He's a wide guy. I think physically speaking, he could be a very, very tough matchup for Inoue. Now, when you look at style-wise, when you talk about Inoue versus Bam, Inoue is a north-south fighter, meaning like many Japanese fighters, meaning he fights you in straight lines, but he's very athletic. Hold on. I need some water. Especially I like my hold on. He do all this talking, and sometimes you forget to drink water. Hold on. Give me that world-class boxing talk right now. But one thing about Inoue, guys, is he's very, very athletic. So even though he's a north-south fighter, he's very explosive and he covers a lot of ground very fast. So it's very hard for fighters to time his first step. And that's why whether Inoue decides to be the boxer, whether Inoue decides to be the puncher or the counter puncher, he's always gonna be most of the time at an advantage because of that explosive first step. Now, the reason why Bam could stylistically give Inoue problems is because Bam has an explosive first step in his own right, but unlike Inoue, Bam is a east-west fighter. He fights you in angles. He fights you in that Lomachenko, Carlos Canizales style where he gets that lead foot leverage on you. He'll take a deep lateral step around you and pivot around you to create new punching angles. So what this could do for a guy like Inoue is it could put Inoue in a position where he has to reset and he won't be in position to punch. And it could break his rhythm, and it could put Bam Rodriguez in a position to chop his body up and methodically break him down in the later rounds. So stylistically, it's a very interesting fight. Bam is a southpaw. We know that the southpaw killer is the straight right hand. Inoue's best punch, in my opinion, is the straight right hand. Picasso was able to go the distance because he took that away. But if Bam can't take it away out of the southpaw stance, he's going to be cooked. He's going to be cooked in a major way. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of things stylistically that are interesting when you break it down. I think too, like with Bam, he got his jaw broken by Christian Gonzalez, who was a kind of an awkward, rangy guy back in, I think it was 2022. And look, man, if it got broken once, it can get broken again. Maybe that's why they're doing all this Fugazi shit with the Ken Shiro fight, because Ken Shiro might hit him in that jaw the wrong way one time. He might re-aggravate it. But if Inoue is able to get leverage on that straight right hand and time Bam down the middle, Bam is gonna have a long night on his hands. So it's really a lot. There's a lot of stylistic things. When you're a southpaw too, your liver's in the front. So if Inoue can land the body shot to the body, you have a potential for a liver shot stoppage. There's a lot of stylistic advantages I actually see for both guys. They both have world-class jabs. They're both very explosive. I think Inoue is a bit more explosive. I think Inoue is maybe a little bit more athletic, but I think Bam is a bit more technically sound. And I think he's more nuanced in terms of his footwork. So it's a true pound-for-pound fight. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say it's the number one fight I want to see, because I want to see Inoue go to the 5th weight class and put his name up there with the greats, try to put his name up there with the boxing royalty, the guys like Leonard and Hearns and Mayweather and Pacquiao and Bud and De La Hoya and them kind of guys. But, if Bam is feeling froggy and Robert Garcia isn't just, capping to Twitter and he really believes in this fighter, and if Mr. Honda and the powers that be could maybe think a little different than they're accustomed to, do this fight. Honestly, at this point, I'm not. It's gonna sound messed up because I wanted to see Junto and Inoue so much. I might as well just see this damn fight more than Junto, because Junto got to run it back with Sebastian Hernandez Reyes. He got his ass beat and got a gift. So, or maybe Bam and Junto can fight, and the winner of that can fight Inoue. I mean, there's many ways to skin a cat, and there's many ways to go about this. But that's my breakdown on Bam versus Inoue, since you kindly asked for it. I that's my first time really fleshing out my thoughts about Bam versus Inoue. Because, I don't think they're going to fight. But, again, it is what it is. My man right here says, I don't think it's fair to one-up Leo, but